Well then, if we instinctively follow the moral law because God has given us a conscience and creation demands our cooperation, and we have internalized Christian values because of the Great Commission, and civil laws keep us on track anyway, then does it really matter if we forget or attack its source like atheists do? Maybe God had to show us what was good at first, but now we've got the hang of it, we can go our own way and live without him. Maybe we're all on a kind of moral autopilot now where things are going to be okay whether we pay attention to God or not. Right? Well, not quite. There's a law at work in the universe called the second law of thermodynamics, or the law of entropy. It applies to everything in creation, and it basically states that the natural tendency of the universe is towards disorder rather than order, towards devolution rather than evolution. When you leave things to themselves, they ultimately decay, disintegrate, decompose, or die. One of the best ways to picture this is to imagine building a sandcastle in the desert. As you build your castle, you will temporarily bring order and structure to the grains of sand that surround you. You will introduce order and form into the chaos. However, if you then leave that sandcastle to the natural elements, the wind will start to erode the castle and the order will be destroyed. After enough time has passed, what was once a structured sandcastle will become a chaotic, formless mound of sand again. Everything in the universe is subject to this natural tendency from order to chaos. It's why mortar crumbles, glass shatters, clothes become threadbare and buildings collapse. It's why food has a use-by date. It's why there's such a thing as a DIY industry. Ultimately, it's why we age and die. We're always having to repair, repaint and replace things that are breaking apart and disintegrating. In the language of science, entropy always increases. Now this applies to our moral condition too. Remember how I said we become like good apples turning mouldy without God? Well, that just about sums it up. We start to rot inside. When left to ourselves, a human being's natural tendency is towards selfishness, moral disorder and chaos, and it takes a strong and intentional force to halt or reverse the process, just as it takes a strong and intentional force to build an ordered sandcastle in the desert. The only force that can halt or reverse the process of moral entropy is God. When left to ourselves, we decay morally, and we need God's intervention to turn things round. I say that in a vague way right now, but the next couple of sections will hopefully explain exactly how this process occurs. In the meantime, we'll now go back through the 4 C's and see how entropy applies in each of the 4 categories.